The ocean is an essential part of our existence, covering 70% of the planet and housing a rich biodiversity. Despite its importance, much of it remains a mystery. Our institution is full of passionate researchers dedicated to exploring our relationship to the ocean and uncovering new discoveries. Join us as we dive into the beauty of the underwater world and gain a better understanding of this vast and unexplored frontier.
All right, good morning. For folks who don't know me, I'm Kim Brooks. I'm going to be the person who figures out how to make the sound system work so that other people sound good. I need a geologist, not a lawyer up here. I'm the acting provost and VP academic at Dalhousie. I'd like to begin today's program by acknowledging that Dalhousie University sits on unceded, traditional, and current territory of the Mi'kmaq. Halifax is known to the Mi'kmaq as Chubuktuk, or Great Harbor. Chubuktuk offered protection from the elements, a place to beach canoes, and a constant supply of fresh water from the many streams and lakes nearby. There was also a wide diversity of marine life that provided food year-round. We thank the Mi'kmaq for their care and stewardship over this land and water, and we're committed to sharing in this stewardship. And in that spirit, I'd like to note, just because it's one of the points of great enthusiasm, excitement, and pride for me, that the exhibit interpretation, text panels, and graphics will be in Mi'kmaq first, then English and French, to celebrate the importance of language and how we understand the world around us as part of this stewardship journey that we're on together. I'm so pleased that you've joined us today and welcome you to the Steele Ocean Sciences Building. Under this roof is a modern research facility and the university's hub of oceanography, marine biology, and marine biodiversity research. It has been an exciting few weeks at Dalhousie and ocean research. I feel like I could say that of any few weeks. But anyway, this particular one has been about ocean research. Many of you are aware that Dalhousie was recently awarded its largest ever research grant in the form of a $154 million investment to study the ocean's pivotal role in addressing climate change. This is the start of a bold new chapter at Dalhousie as we embark on the most intensive investigation with the goal of transforming climate action. Today, we have so much to celebrate in the world of oceans and marine biodiversity, and with that teaser, I'm going to welcome our outstanding Dean of Science, Chuck Macdonald, to the podium.
Thank you, Kim, and hello, everyone. The ocean is essential to life on Earth. It regulates the Earth's climate, it drives global economic activity, it provides food and resources for millions around the world, and it is home to the greatest diversity of life on the planet. It is vital to protect the ocean, but we can't expect people to protect what they don't understand. And with today's news, Dalhousie hopes to change that. We are thrilled to announce the development of the new Beatty Center for Marine Biodiversity, made possible by a generous $8.2 million gift from Ross Beatty and the Beatty family. The center will be developed in the very space in which we've gathered today. The first and second floors here will be the home to the Beatty Center for Marine Biodiversity. This will be a first-of-its-kind interactive showcase of the exciting ocean research, teaching, programming, and outreach taking place at Dalhousie University. It will also feature the skeleton of a blue whale suspended from the atrium, right above here, featured and announced years ago as part of the Dive In the Blue Whale project. Through exhibits such as a life-size kelp forest, a climate change sphere, aquaria filled with some of the diverse plant and animal life found off of Nova Scotia's coast, the Centre will inform and educate visitors from inside and outside the university on marine biodiversity issues and empower them to help protect our oceans. I'm also excited to say that we will be collaborating with the Discovery Centre International to help bring these exhibits in the Beatty Centre for Marine Biodiversity to life. The centre is being designed to include Mi'kmaq, English, and French as the three languages in which all material is presented. Guided by the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, we will be ordering the languages represented in the exhibits with Mi'kmaq first, reinforcing the commitment of the Beatty Centre to ensure Indigenous concepts are interwoven into the material from the start. When the Centre opens in 2025, I'm particularly excited to see the impact it makes on visiting learners of all ages. I still remember a class trip that I made to see the aquatron at Dalhousie when I was in elementary school more than 40 years ago. And the Beatty Centre for Marine Biodiversity is being built to inspire the next generation of ocean researchers and leaders. Today, I invite you to make your way throughout this space and see the renderings of the exciting future exhibits. Thanks to the Discovery Centre, we're also able to invite you on a virtual tour, which will play on the two screens behind me and can be found scanning the QR codes scattered throughout the space and on the tables. You will also see QR codes next to the renderings. These will bring up sample interactive activities developed by the Ocean School that engage learners pre- and post-visit. I want to sincerely thank Ross and the Beatty family for their incredible generosity. I have no doubt that this gift will leave a legacy and further solidify Dalhousie as a world leader in ocean science and as a driving force for inspiring change. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to invite Ross to come up and offer a few words. While he does that, let me just say, for those of you who had the opportunity to have a tour this morning, I had the chance to do that a few weeks ago, and I don't know if you had the experience I did, which was twofold. First, I thought to myself, why didn't I become a marine biologist? But second, I tried to imagine the kind of public coming into this space and sharing this space with those of us at Dalhousie, and in particular thinking about kids at the kind of school-age level who are trying to think about their futures and what might be possible for them in the world, and seeing this kind of beacon of hope that we're offering through this center, and trying to think about what their career paths might look like and how it might intersect with marine biodiversity, and how exciting that's going to be to watch. So if we can't become marine biologists, at least we can see other people on the path to do so. So Ross, come and say a few words.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. This is a very auspicious day for me, well, for two reasons. The first reason, which was reminded to me this morning when I drove into the parking lot about 20 minutes ago, was that I got a little message from my wife reminding me that it was my 43rd wedding anniversary today. Now she, at this very moment, she, by the way, is a marine biologist before she became a medical doctor, and she, at this very moment, is camping on a little island in the north part of the Sailor Sea in what used to be called Georgia Strait off Vancouver, and she's a volunteer park naturalist. This is a nature reserve that is a rock, a big chunk of granite right in the middle of the Sailor Sea that's got all kinds of upwelling currents, so it's full of feeder fish and whales. Every day they'll see 5 or 10 whales, humpback whales, orca. It's a magnificent place. It's a bird sanctuary, and so that's where she is right now. Otherwise she'd be here with me. But of course the other auspicious thing about today is that it's after many years of talking about it, we're finally launching this idea, and it's still an idea. It hasn't actually really taken form, but it will soon. And it's an idea that really came out of the fact that about 15 years ago or so, I had an idea to build a biodiversity research center at UBC to try to bring together a whole bunch of different departments and integrate, the holistic reality of science, which is that it's not siloed. It's a group of vocations that really do the same kind of things: studying, researching, and ultimately educating and informing the public and government about policy and things that are important. And so UBC built this beautiful Biodiversity Research Center and attached a museum to it that was sort of an outreach thing. And it really worked out well. It's something that I've been really proud of. UBC looks after it very well. They make it a living thing. And so I thought to myself, well, wouldn't it be poetic and maybe even rhythmic to do something on the other coast, do something here at Dalhousie? And I think it would be especially cool to take advantage of Dalhousie's well-known expertise in ocean science to do a marine biodiversity center. And lo and behold, it's going to happen now. And that's very cool for me. It's also very cool that Dal got this big grant for climate change related science and learning. But if you think about it, why is biodiversity important? It's because we're losing it, right? It's a real problem. It's an existential problem to humans. And even if there were no climate change, even if there was no carbon pollution causing ocean acidification and climate change, atmospheric climate change, we'd still have a biodiversity crisis. It's actually the big problem is we're losing species at an alarming rate because humans have too heavy a footprint. And we have to stop that. We absolutely have to stop that. In how we eat, how we live, how we walk, how we work, how we act, and many people, and I'm sure every single person in this room knows that and is doing their own thing to do their own mitigation. And it really is, a drop in the ocean, but if you have enough drops, the ocean fills up, right? So there is something we can all do about this. I've been very lucky in business, and I have a very, very supportive family, particularly my wife, who is shared in this endeavor with me in all of our efforts to work on this crisis in myriad ways. And this Biodiversity Research Center here will be one small way, I think, that we can, help. We can all help to deal with this big problem we've got in the world. And of course, the ocean is different than land. We sort of can inventory species on land rather more easily than we can in the ocean. And get a handle on what we've lost. But we all know that the ocean is under real threat. There's a tremendous crisis in the ocean. We can't maybe see it as clearly as we can on land, but we know it's real. Or I should say, we know it's real in this room, but how many people know it's real in the general public? And so it's these kind of things, it's these sort of centers that really, if they're well looked after by the institution that's housing them, in this case Dalhousie, they really can be catalytic at informing, educating, making people aware that we have a crisis, that these are specific issues that concern the crisis, and maybe these are some of the solutions. And so I'm very thankful at Dalhousie's administration for supporting this building and this project, I'll call it. I'm very much hopeful that Dal will take this as something that's important globally and continue to look after it once it's built in a couple of years and make it into a living thing the way the one at UBC is. It's just one thing we can do, but it's something that is important to me. It takes advantage of a great institution's real expertise. It connects to my family. I live on the ocean. I have a marine biologist wife. My daughter just graduated from UBC with a PhD in marine biology just a month ago. And so it's very near and dear to my heart. Now, Dalhousie is not, it's near to my heart perhaps, but it's geographically a heck of a long ways away. So it's not like I come here every day. Dal's got a great reputation, and I'm super proud to be linked with Dalhousie this way. I'm going to drag my whole family out here, the day you have that ribbon cutting when you actually open it and you have this beautiful. It's a great spot for a blue whale, by the way. I can't wait, and it's just going to be a ton of fun. So I want to thank the whole university and all of you for being here, and hope that this really turns out to be a great place in due course. So thank you very much.
So I'm looking you in the eyes to say thank you to you and your family for this extraordinary gift. Dawn, I'm going to call you up to say a few words. This is a partnership, as you know, with the Beatty family, but also with Discovery Centre International. And for those of you who've got kids or a curiosity of mind, so hopefully everyone in this room, you'll have spent a lot of time at the Discovery Centre and its various homes over the years. In fact, I feel like I've spent about the same amount of time at the Discovery Centre as I have at Dalhousie. And one of the really nice things about this is I'm going to be able to not leave Dalhousie but still have a moment at the Discovery Centre. So I welcome a few words from you.
Thanks, Kim. What a great-looking crowd. And smart, too, obviously. Thank you so much to all for being here. I am so pleased personally to be here, not just as a Dal grad, but also this is the location where the idea for the Discovery Centre first took hold in the 1970s at open house events and fun science demonstrations. The Discovery Centre's own history in Canada and beyond our borders serves as another reminder that incredible things can happen with the right spark and inspiration. Thank you to Ross and your family for this incredible and generous gift to not just Nova Scotia, but Canadians and likely globally. This will have an impact. Really impressed with your vision. And thank you, everyone, for being here today to discover Canada's newest science attraction for visitors of all ages and backgrounds. I hope to see you all again when the doors open officially at the Beatty Centre for Marine Biodiversity. On behalf of Discovery Centre International, I would like to extend a huge thank you to the many people who are working on this project. Particularly, I want to thank Derek Tittensor. I want to thank you. You and your committee have done terrific work. You and your colleagues helping, guiding us along. And also a big thank you to Dan Jackson, Nathan Rogers, who I see standing over there, John Batt, and Chris Harvey Clark for their continued stewardship of the project. Pure passion and commitment. That's what makes these projects become a reality. You have been instrumental in ensuring that the Centre's exhibits will truly reflect the beautiful flora and fauna that live in our waters and demonstrate how critical that biodiversity is to our ways of life and illuminate the complex web of marine relationships. The efforts of the Science Committee and all those involved will continue to promote more understanding and curiosity. Very important word. Once you're curious, you get engaged. We want this to happen for our visitors. We want them to take climate action. This project represents such a unique opportunity to engage those visitors in the work that is happening at Dalhousie. Researchers here are pushing the boundaries of knowledge about a part of the planet that there is still so much to discover. It's exciting to see Dalhousie share with everyone what is happening on and off the campus through the research going on here and our outreach that Dalhousie engages in every day. I also want to acknowledge my team at DCI, especially Ruth Monroe, our Director of Exhibits, who is here in the audience today. Ruth, Margaret, and the whole team, exhibit professionals at Discovery Centre, are so talented at distilling complex scientific topics and information into tangible, digestible, and engaging exhibits to capture the hearts and minds of visitors of all ages. I have had the great fortune in my 16-plus years, Sweet 16, with the Discovery Centre, to oversee its growth and relocation, and to take the skills and strengths we have developed along the way, along that journey, that life-changing journey, and bring them to countries around the world. Based on this experience, I'm confident that we can help the Beatty Centre for Marine Biodiversity become a beloved mainstay among Nova Scotia museums and, in fact, all Canadian museums. I am also confident this new centre, most importantly, will inspire the next generation of ocean scientists, marine biologists, and oceanographers. We are thrilled to be collaborating with Dalhousie on this novel project, and once again wish to extend our thanks to you, Ross, and your family for help making this beautiful dream a reality. Thank you.
All right, Brogan. Brogan's a fourth-year student in the Bachelor of Science program studying marine biology. And I don't know how other people feel, but speaking publicly I find to be sort of horrific. And then to follow this cluster of people takes a certain kind of gumption, and that's exactly, I think, what we need in the people that are going to take on helping us with this imperative around marine biodiversity. So thank you for being willing to speak today, and welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I am so grateful to be here at this incredible event today and to share with all of you what this amazing new center will mean for future Dalhousie students. The Beatty Center for Marine Biodiversity will bring classroom learning to life. It will give Dalhousie students an opportunity to see firsthand the species and concepts that they learn about in lectures. The interactive nature of the center will also engage students in learning and communicating about marine biodiversity, and it will further ignite their passion for marine conservation. This will help to inspire a new generation of marine biologists and ocean scientists. My own experience shows how important it is to have up-close encounters with the diversity found under the sea. My journey to Dal began at the age of 6. I was a small-town girl from the prairies when I saw the ocean for the very first time on a trip to the West Coast. I was overcome with strong feelings of wonder and awe. I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life not only uncovering the ocean's secrets, but also protecting everything that makes it so breathtaking. A few years later, when I was researching post-secondary education options, I remember typing "Best University in Canada for Marine Biology" into the search bar. Dalhousie was at the top of the list. The more I explored the hands-on learning opportunities and cutting-edge research that was happening here at Dal, the more I became certain that it was the university for me. I have been blessed with many incredible experiences and opportunities during my time here. I've had a science communications internship with the Ocean Tracking Network, and I traveled around Nova Scotia aboard the Polar Prince collecting data for my honors thesis. My time at Dal has been everything that I hoped it would be and more, in part because of the variety of experiences that Dalhousie offers. The Beatty Center for Marine Biodiversity will build on that. It will give students like me an exciting new experience, one that will draw the very best and the very brightest. And I can't wait to come back to Dal and visit the center once it opens. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ross, for your vision. Thanks, Chuck, for your tenacity. Thanks, Daw, for bringing the curiosity and expertise around making science accessible to the public. And Brogan, thanks for being willing to change the world. I look forward to seeing everyone back here at the opening in 2025, which is still too far away, Ross, I agree with you, when we open the doors to the public, and look forward to celebrating with you again together. Thank you very much for coming this morning.